Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But here we have another crazy story. They say it might be a fall from grace. Or they say, you know what? It could be history repeating itself. But one thing I do know for certain, indulging in violence and crimes, the outcome is usually very dark. It's usually not very bright. It's usually not for whatever reason.
Gotta do better. My whole goal is to be a better father, for real.
Why is that one of your goals?
Everybody else got the common story where, like, man, my daddy was locked up. We grew up in a house. Everybody got the same story. But it was like, my story was, my daddy didn't snitch on the biggest gangster in the world, Larry Hoover. So he got 26 years for that. So me growing up with my mom and my brother and them, it was like, couldn't nobody tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like, I had to choose my road. So me being bad as shit till I just started realizing life. So now, when I be in my kids' life, it's like, okay, I gotta do better.
Unbelievable. So it's fair to say Lil Durk, he messed around and turned himself into the new modern day Larry Hoover. The reason why I say that, because Larry Hoover, back in his days, in his prime, he was a big man, top dog in a sense, you know? And then his friends came and they, they basically told on Larry in a sense. Not everybody. That's why Larry Hoover's been locked up longer than most individuals have been alive on the earth right now. I think Larry Hoover has been locked up for almost 50-something years. Imagine that. Has it been that long? Maybe. I think so. I believe Larry Hoover has been locked up since the 70s. Doesn't matter. He's still there right now. And he's almost 80 years old. So Lil Durk might mess around and be the modern day new Larry Hoover. It's a crazy thing if you think about it.
When I started getting more into my religion, and just like talk to my pops while he was locked up, talk to my uncle and them, and they like, man, we had the money, fame, the cars, we had the city on lock, we some of the biggest gangsters, and we went to jail and got life. So he like, so what you going through? He like, we been through. He like, so when you call, you like, call vent to your pops, call vent to your aunt. Like, let's talk, let's have a conversation. He like, but I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear no complaining. I don't want to hear no, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that. He's like, because I just showed you I did.
So that's what's going on right there. They said Lil Durk, he might have placed himself in an awkward position. What I mean by that, they said his life, his freedom, everything might be in the hands of some individual who he once considered a friend. One thing about friends and friendships, sometimes they could end. Not only that, though, let's get to it. Let's focus on the point. Modern day Larry Hoover is what Lil Durk might be. At the bare minimum, like his father used to be. Run around, fancy cars, fancy jewelry, all the money, all the beautiful, everything they wanted. And then, it was taken from them. They went to jail. Lil Durk, Big Durk, is no longer living like that anymore. Say he did his 26 years. He didn't want to tell him Larry Hoover. Someone told him Larry Hoover, though. That's why he's still locked up right now. Longer than most people have been on the earth for. Definitely longer than since I've been born. Imagine that. I wasn't with. Let's not get back. Let's focus on it. Either way, they said Lil Durk, he might be the new modern day Larry Hoover. Individuals participate in crimes all the time. They never want to get caught. But Lil Durk, the crime they say he participated in, very similar to Larry Hoover, unaliving people. Imagine that. I believe Larry Hoover was sent up the river for compensating individuals, if I'm not wrong, for unaliving people. Imagine that. They're so similar. And it's crazy if you think about it, because they said Lil Durk, his father, knew Larry Hoover personally, the old man. Looked up to him like a superstar, role model. I mean, like a hero, folktale hero, neighborhood hero. Just like how Lil Durk, he's being looked up to right now in a sense. Celebrity, folktale hero, celebrity, you know what I mean. These individuals, for whatever reason, not only the money alone they want the power, and they want to be feared and respected. Imagine these regular, normal people, regular man, want to be respected and feared. Imagine that. They say respect is earned, and no one deserves full respect unless you earn it in someone's eyes. And as far as they want to be feared, imagine that. Now all these individuals get to do right now is be feared. Imagine that. These individuals are feared. Let's focus back to it. Let's get back to the topic. Lil Durk, the new Larry Hoover, might be. Placed himself in a position, went from rags to riches to rags again. Imagine that. Imagine going from rags to riches to rags again. The streets, individuals think when they say they're from the streets, there's like it's something to be proud about, like it's something to look forward to. I'm from the streets. And imagine these homeless people who's really from the streets. But these individuals say, you know what? I know how to do bad things. I know how to do bad things to people, but they be acting like they don't know how to do their jail time. Imagine that. They be trying to get out. So that's what's going on with Lil Durk, aka he might mess around, be known as new Larry Hoover. But it's not just Lil Durk alone. Other rappers have been in the same situation. They really have, for whatever reason. You know, but Lil Durk is probably one of the most successful rapper. Well, let me not say that, because MURDA was pretty successful too. You know, but either way, that's what's going on with Lil Durk. He messed around. He wanted to play around in the streets. Don't forget, the streets is all good for nobody. He's gonna be the new Larry Hoover if he gets found guilty, that is. Imagine that. Don't forget, he's innocent until proven guilty. But I have to admit, he's the big dog. Meaning, there's no such thing as a plea deal. Imagine that. Is that the truth? What? I can't get a plea deal? Why can't I get a plea deal? I should be able to get a plea deal. Nah, you can't get a plea deal. Why not? That's not how it works in real life. I saw it in the movies. I see it in the movies, though. This is not the movie. This is real life. Imagine that. Like this video, check out my other one. F-Service TV, they say crowd don't pay. Imagine that. Imagine wanting to be the new Larry Hoover in your city. It's crazy because you have a whole lot of these individuals, for whatever reason, crimes. And it's usually a violent crime. I mean, imagine that. Imagine doing a crime, going to jail, that's not violent. For example, imagine doing a crime because you try to do something that's not violent. For example, you was caught, maybe leaving out the store and you completely forgot to probably purchased an item and you walked out. Imagine that. But let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. I'm just talking nonsense. But there's a whole lot of individuals right now, not just Lil Durk and Larry. I mean, Lil Durk, he didn't get it yet. He might get it. He might get it. But here's some rappers for certain who got that life who never coming out. MURDA, he won for certain. Matter of fact, they said MURDA, he's now eligible for any more hit. I mean, they don't want to even see him anymore. Imagine that. They say we're getting tired of you now. Imagine somebody saying getting tired of you now.
Never see freedom again. Number 1. Raw Diggs. Raw Diggs, born Ronald Herron, was once a leader of a street gang in New York and had a few rap releases. In 2014, he was convicted on multiple charges, including robbery, drug dealing, 3 murders, and extortion. He was sentenced to 12 life terms, ensuring he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Number 2. Big Lurch. Big Lurch, Antron Singleton, gained notoriety in 2002 when he murdered and dismembered his roommate, with evidence pointing to possible cannibalism. He was sentenced to life in prison in 2003 with no possibility of parole. Number 3. C-Murder. C-Murder. Corey Miller, a former member of the famous No Limit Records, was convicted of murder in 2002 for the shooting death of a 16-year-old at a nightclub. He received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Number 4. Tay-K. Tay-K, Taymor McIntyre, was involved in a robbery and subsequent murder in 2016. In 2019, he was sentenced to 55 years, with additional charges leading to an 80-year sentence, ensuring he will never be free again.
Check out part 2 of this video if you like part 1. It's an unbelievable thing if you think about it. Imagine that. These individuals go all their way to never get out again. I have no idea why.